on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. And it's all up next.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. And thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case, two teams that rely on those explosives coming in the passing game, and the direct ability to score points. At the end of the day, this is who can score the most points. And if you want to score points today, it's going to become by throwing the ball deep downfield as often as you can.
Velus Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Man in motion, heading left. On 2nd down, Young. That one caught over the middle by the rookie. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Panther first down. From the gun, it's Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that tip ball, I think, just saved a huge play because this offense found something. They had an open target with a lot of room to run, and unfortunately for them, the defender gets his hand on the ball, and that went away pretty quick.
Young hands it to Hubbard. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. He'll get this to his tight end, Jatavian Sanders. And he'll be taken down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
So the ball's still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. And he's into the end zone. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Pierre Strong on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
There was a time, and it wasn't very long ago, Mike, that this guy was trending towards becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. He has to find a way to get back to stacking strong performances, one after another, and keep his team in the hunt. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, but if he plays well, his team is always going to have a strong chance of winning. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 2. Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Third and a yard. It's Watson out of the pistol. To the left side, he's got Njoku.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will score. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Jones now on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Panthers offense ready now for their second drive. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Tremble comes in motion. On 1st down is Young. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing is Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. On 4th down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker, on to punt. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense and quarterback Deshaun Watson getting set for their next drive. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Watson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Watson to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll try to run for it. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. They get 21 on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the 1st down and some.
On 1st down, Watson. To his tight end, Njoku. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They bring Judy in motion. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 7. Two minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Back with more from Charlotte. After this, what can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Out of the gun, Watson. Uh-oh. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he's in. David Njoku. Touchdown, Browns.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. His kick is good, and the Browns will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to take over once again. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Here's Young. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Young. Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's the pistol snap to Young. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. On throw. Right side taken by Njoku. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Watson to throw again. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. Velus Jones going to bring it out. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Browns are on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, this is Strong. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Browns offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Shotgun snap to Watson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Watson going to give it to Chubb.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Once again, it's Chubb. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Watson. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On play action, it's Watson. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. David Njoku. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. Young to throw on 1st down. Thrown left side. The catch is made. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's Hubbard. And he's near the 1st down, stopped a little short of the 40. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. It's a zone read given to Hubbard. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
On 3rd down, here's Hubbard. And that'll move the sticks. That's a 1st down. Down to the 45-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Young to throw on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. The motion man is Sanders. On 2nd down, Young. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Chubb. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. A pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Cleveland.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Here's a handoff to Chubb. Room up the sideline at the 45. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Now he takes off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
3rd and 9. Back to throw is Watson. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back, but instead you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll go with Chubb. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Moore going in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. They gain 18 yards on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.